The stars looked quiet, peaceful, but behind that silence, death was coming. 9,900 alien warships had appeared without warning, and Earth only had 387 ships to defend her. This wasn't a war. This was survival. The year was 2392. Earth was strong, peaceful, and united for the first time in history. Humans had spread out among the stars. They had built cities on the moon, farms on Mars, and science stations in deep space. They were part of the Galactic Federation, one of the youngest but fastest-growing species. Captain Han Jun stood. The main window of the Earth Defense Orbital Station, called Skyhold. From up here, Earth looked small but beautiful. Blue oceans, green lands, white clouds. It felt like home even after years in space. Han had seen this view many times before, but today something felt different. His second-in-command, Lieutenant Rena So, worked quietly beside him. She had sharp eyes and never missed anything. She stared at her screen and frowned. Her fingers paused. "Captain," she said slowly, "I'm picking up something strange." Han walked over. "What is it?" "Massive gravity waves at the edge of the solar system." "Big ones," she replied. Han's heart skipped a beat. "How big?" Rena tapped a few keys. Her face went pale. "I count 9,900 ships, all heading toward Earth." For a moment, the command center froze. Silence filled the air. "Are you sure?" Han asked. "I triple-checked the readings." 9,900, and they're all moving fast. Han turned to the communication officer. "Alert Earth. Command, I need Admiral Park on the line now." 2 minutes later, Admiral Yoon Park appeared on the screen. His face was tight with worry. Behind him, Earth's main command center was full of flashing lights and shouting officers. "Report." "Captain." Han gave it straight. "Massive fleet approaching. Not using Federation codes. They're silent. No messages." Rena confirmed 9,900 ships. "We have about 18 hours. Admiral Park didn't answer for a second. Then he said, "Call all stations. Wake up every pilot. Prepare Earth for total defense." "Yes, sir." The screen went blacked out. Han looked at his team. Most were young, some barely 20. None had seen real war. "Listen up," he said. "This isn't a drill. This might be the biggest fight in human history. But we won't run. We'll stand our ground. Do your jobs and do them well." At Defense Station Sigma, a squad of space pilots was already preparing. Lieutenant Tae Jun, leader of the fighter wing Red Strikes, adjusted his helmet. "Do you think we're going to make it back?" asked his wingmate Minho, half smiling. "Doesn't matter," Chun replied. "We make them bleed first." Across all stations, weapons were loaded, shields were raised. Civilians on Earth were told to stay inside or get to shelters. News networks reported rumors, but the real danger hadn't reached the public yet. On board Skyhold, Rena worked fast. She tracked the enemy fleet. The ships were massive, each shaped like a black dagger, twice the size of Earth's biggest. Cruisers. They moved in perfect lines, cold and quiet. Suddenly, one of them sent a message. Everyone stopped to listen. The voice was deep, robotic, and cruel. "Humans, we are the Korthan Empire. Your species has grown fast, too fast. You are a danger to galactic balance. Surrender Earth in 24 hours or be destroyed. You cannot hide. You cannot win. You will surrender. Or you will die." The message ended. Silence again. Han looked at his crew. Their faces were pale, their hands shaking. But no one ran. He turned on the intercom. "Everyone, you heard that. The Korthans don't want peace. They want our home. They want our future. But we won't give it to them. Prepare for battle." Admiral Park called back. The President has made the decision. We fight. We don't surrender Earth to anyone. Understood, Han said. We'll hold the line. All over the Earth Defense Fleet, ships prepared for their final mission. Fighters checked fuel and missiles. Big ships powered up their shields. People wrote last messages to their families, unsure if they'd see another sunrise dot as the 24-hour deadline ticked down. The Korthan fleet moved closer. Lieutenant Rena So studied their patterns. They're surrounding the planet slowly. It's like they've done this before. Han nodded. They're hunting. We're the prey. He stood at the front window again and looked down at Earth. He thought of his little sister in Bizin, his father on Mars, and his mother who always said, "Humans don't quit." Han turned to his team. We're not going to win. Not with numbers. But we can hurt them. Bad. Enough to make them think twice before ever attacking us again. He tapped the command console. Send a final message to all units. Tell them. Today we fight for every human who ever lived. For every child who dreams. For every voice that sings. We are small, but we are not weak. We are outnumbered, but not outwilled. We are human, and we do not fall quietly. In the final hour before battle, the Earth sky darkened. Not from weather, but from the shadow of 9,900 ships. The people on Earth looked up and saw long, dark shapes blotting out the stars. Children cried. Mothers held their sons close. Old veterans looked at the sky and remembered their younger days. On. Skyhold, Han gave one last order. Lieutenant Chun, launch your fighters. Hit their eyes first. Chun's squadron roared into Space 20 fighters like streaks of lightning, zigzagging through enemy fire. The Korthans didn't expect the humans to fight so fast. They didn't expect such courage from such a young species. But they were wrong. Red Strike Squadron danced through the fire. They took down 2 enemy scout ships before the Korthans even adjusted. Rena cheered. They're too fast for the enemy to keep up. Keep feeding them data, Han said. They're just the beginning. From the moon, Mars, and hidden. Asteroid bases, more human ships launched. Only 387 in total. The first blasts had begun. 9,900 enemies. Against only 387 human ships. But no one expected the humans to fight like this. No one thought they'd last even one day. But sometimes, a cornered animal fights the hardest. And Earth was more than just a planet. It was home.